in watchings often, in hunger and thirst, in fastings often, and in cold and nakedness. So there is a difference between being hungry and then fasting, but there are times where the fast happened because there's nothing, or even the circumstance forced you to fast. Number 4 reason why people fast is spiritual and purposeful. This is where the fast is spiritual and purposeful. This is where the fast is declared in desperation. The fast is declared in desperation with clearly defined and stated objectives. There is a fast, it is declared. There is a desperation, the objective is stated, and the objective is clearly defined, like the fast we are on right now. You remember when Esther declared the fast in Esther chapter 4 verse 16? Go ahead and fast for me. Gather the people, don't eat, don't drink 3 days, night or day. I will also fast likewise. Why? Because there are people who are at the brink of extinction. So this is the spiritual or the purposeful fast. Question is, how do you maximize the fast? You are now doing the fast. What do you do to make the fast not to be hunger strike, or to amplify the effect of the fast? Number 1, pray abundantly. If possible, abundantly in the spirit. Pray abundantly. Ephesians 6:18, Paul the apostle says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit. Praying always. Pray abundantly. It is fasting and praying. In fact, it is praying and fasting. It's praying and fasting. Every time you see them mentioned, they mention praying and then fasting. In Matthew chapter 17 and verse 21, this kind goeth not forth, but by prayer and then fasting. And then in Daniel chapter 9 verse 3, when Daniel was praying for the deliverance of his people, he set his face unto the Lord to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting. So the emphasis is prayer, and then the fasting came to amplify the prayer. Of what use is gun without bullet? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's really useless. You see, so that is how a fast is, where prayer does not push out the desire. The fast came to amplify. So you pray abundantly. You know, I decided to learn how to pray under all circumstances. I can pray under my breath. I can pray, my tongue is moving, but you're not hearing any sound. And I can do that for hours non-stop. In the midst of a crowd, in the midst of people. I was sharing with my daughter the other day, and she said, just sharing some tips, So you pray abundantly, then the fast produces its effect. Number 2, pray abundantly. Number 2, load up. Somebody say load up. Load up with word. Load up. Charge up with word. Don't let your spirit be empty. John chapter 15 verse 7. Look at what he said. You want the prayer and the fasting to produce? If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you will, as we are doing now in the course of this fast, and it shall be done unto you. Let the word abide in you. Technology has made it easy to load up with word. You can be driving on your way to your office and the Bible on cassette is playing right while it's entering your ears. Between now and the National Stadium, you can finish up to 5 chapters of the book. Before you reach some offices, you can finish 15 minutes of a very loaded message. Now, the kind of message you hear in this place, 15 minutes of it will set you on fire on the spot. Even under 5 minutes, you have heard too much. Am I communicating? And you are just now. So whether it is through the book you are reading, the Bible on cassette or on CD, or preached message, something is just being loaded up in your spirit. It's being loaded up in your spirit. And as you are abiding and his word is abiding in you, he promised you, you shall ask what you will, whether at the place of prayer or at the place of the fast, and it will be done to you. Am I communicating? The Bible gives us answers to everything. So there are those who pray, no word, no prayer. Do fast, no word, no prayer. They're just moving about waiting for time to finish. How are you, sister? How are you, brother? Thank God. What's happening? You're so tired. You know, we are in our 21-day fast. No study of the word, no listening to any message, no reading of no book, nothing, no prayer. This time is not moving on time today. I tell people, instead of looking at the time, why don't you eat the food? Load up with word. Number 3, please, I don't want you to play with this instruction. That's why I kept it till now. Number 3, bear fruit that abide. Bear fruit that abide. I'm sure no one has told you about this in any period of fasting before, but in fasting we came to pray. We came to ask God. And he said in John 15 verse 16, he said, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, so that whatsoever you are asking me while you are praying or you are fasting, whatever you are asking of me, of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. You see, there are things that makes prayer and fasting to answer quick. One of them is bear fruit that remain. You can take it upon yourself. 21-day fast is 3 weeks. Every week, 1 soul. Every week, 1 soul. Minimum. Every week, 1 soul. That will follow you, established in church. Using the program platform as an opportunity. Get them established and settled. You see, we cannot expect God to be interested in what interests us without being interested in what interests God. The souls of people interest God. And doing this is making the fasting period to be a true spiritually intense period. That is a period of complete spirituality. You are not just empty of food, but you are just spiritually aggressive, doing everything that is needed to make sure that no devil denies you. Now, you have fasted many years in January. What will be the difference between this fast and the other one? When you do what you haven't done before, you get results you haven't gotten before. Now, hit the road in evangelism. Hit the road in soul winning, in addition to the fast. Weekends, we can do that if your week is too busy. Saturday, for example. And we have 5 Sundays of grace and glory as an opportunity to reap a harvest. And you do that, and then you are maximizing your fast. So pray abundantly, load up with word. Number 3, bear fruit that abide. Number 4, seek first the kingdom. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Matthew chapter 6 verse 33. And all these things shall be added unto you. What are you? What things? All the things that are on your expectation form. All the things that are on your expectation form. All the things that are your prayer points. Seek first the kingdom of God. How do you seek the kingdom of God? Pray revival prayers. Pray prayers that enhance the kingdom. Put the kingdom first in your service. You shall serve the Lord your God, and you don't need to beg him to bless you. Put the kingdom first in your finances. Put the kingdom first in your giving. Seek first the kingdom in all ramifications. In praying, in giving, in service, in your energy. And you will not